Question 1. What does this warning sign indicate to drivers? A. Dangerous curve to the right. B. Dangerous curve to the left. C. Sharp bend ahead. D. Road bends sharply. Answers is A. Dangerous curve to the right. This sign warns drivers of a dangerous curve to the right. Drivers should slow down, be prepared to adjust their steering, and anticipate potential hazards or oncoming traffic around the bend. Adjusting speed is crucial for safety. Question 2. What should you expect when you see this warning sign? A. Road narrows on both sides. B. Lane closure ahead. C. Divided road ends. D. Emergency stop lane. Answers is A. Road narrows on both sides. This sign indicates that the road ahead narrows from both sides. Drivers should be aware of the road width, anticipate potential bottlenecks or oncoming traffic, and be prepared to slow down or give way if necessary. Question 3. What does this sign mean for drivers? A steep uphill gradient. B. A steep downhill gradient. C. Uneven road surface. D. Road hump ahead. Answers is A steep uphill gradient. This sign indicates a steep ascent or uphill gradient. Drivers may need to select a lower gear to maintain speed and power, especially when driving a heavier vehicle. Be aware of potentially slower traffic. Question 4. What is the primary purpose of a reflective stud on a motorway? A. To help identify lanes in poor visibility. B. To mark emergency stopping areas. C. To indicate upcoming service areas. D. To alert drivers to speed camera locations. Answers is A. To help identify lanes in poor visibility. Reflective studs, commonly known as cat's eyes, are vital for guiding drivers, particularly at night or in adverse weather conditions like fog or heavy rain. They reflect light from headlights, clearly outlining the lanes and road edges. Question 5. When must you use your headlights at night on unlit roads? A. Always for safety and visibility. B. Only if there is oncoming traffic. C. Only if you cannot see more than. D. Only if your dipped beam is not enough. Answers is A. Always for safety and visibility. At night, if the road is unlit or visibility is poor, you must use your headlights to see clearly and ensure other road users can see you. Dipped beam headlights are generally used, but full beam can be used when no other vehicles are present. Question 6. What does this warning sign indicate is ahead? A. Uneven road surface ahead. B. Road humps or bumps. C. Slippery road. D. Roadworks. Answers is A. Uneven road surface ahead. This sign warns drivers of an uneven road surface. Drivers should reduce their speed to avoid damage to their vehicle or loss of control, especially if the unevenness is significant or sudden. Watch for potholes. Question 7. What specific hazard does this sign indicate? A. The road may be slippery. B. Loose gravel on the road. C. Standing water ahead. D. Icy conditions expected. Answers is A. The road may be slippery. This sign warns that the road ahead may be slippery, perhaps due to factors like rain, ice, oil, or fallen leaves. Drivers should reduce speed, avoid sudden braking or steering, and increase their following distance to maintain control. Question 8. What does this sign mean you should prepare for? A. Traffic lights ahead. B. A pedestrian crossing. C. A junction with a priority road. D. Ahead. Answers is A. Traffic lights ahead. This sign warns drivers that there are traffic lights ahead. Drivers should be prepared to slow down, stop, and anticipate changes in traffic flow. Early awareness helps in smooth deceleration and safe stopping. Question 9. What must you do when you see this sign? A. Give way to traffic on main road. B. Stop and wait for clearance. C. You have priority. D. Proceed with caution. Answers is A. Give way to traffic on main road. The give way sign means you must give way to traffic on the major road ahead. You should slow down, be prepared to stop, and only proceed when it is safe and clear to do so, without causing other vehicles to change speed or direction. Question 10. What does this sign indicate about the road you are on? A. You are on a priority road. B. End of priority road. C. Give way to oncoming traffic. D. Main road ahead. Answers is A. You are on a priority road. This sign indicates that you are currently on a priority road, meaning traffic on this road has priority over traffic from side roads. However, always remain observant and prepared for unexpected situations at junctions. Question 11. What does this sign mean for all drivers? A. No entry for any vehicles. B. One-way street ahead. C. Motor vehicles prohibited. D. Road ahead is closed. Answers is A. No entry for any vehicles. This sign indicates no entry for all vehicles. It typically marks the exit of a one-way street or a road where traffic is prohibited from entering. Entering this road is illegal and dangerous, as you would be driving against the traffic flow. Question 12. What is the correct action if you see a give way sign at a junction? A. Slow down and be prepared to stop. B. Stop completely then proceed. C. Speed up to merge with traffic. D. Proceed if the road is clear. Answers is A. Slow down and be prepared to stop. A give way sign means you must give way to traffic on the main road. This requires you to slow down and be ready to stop if necessary, ensuring that you do not cause any traffic on the main road to change its speed or direction. Question 13. What should you do before making a U-turn? A. Check mirrors, signal and ensure road is clear. B. Flash headlights to warn others. C. Speed up to complete turn quickly. D. Only do so on dual carriageways. Answers is A. Check mirrors, signal and ensure road is clear. Before attempting a U-turn, it's essential to perform the mirror, signal, maneuver routine. Check your mirrors, signal your intention, and ensure the road is completely clear in both directions, allowing you to complete the maneuver safely. Question 14. What does this prohibitory sign signify? A. Do not enter this road. B. No U-turn permitted. C. No stopping allowed. D. No parking allowed. Answers is A. Do not enter this road. The do not enter sign, often seen as a red circle with a white bar, strictly prohibits vehicles from entering a particular road or lane. It's often used at the exits of one-way streets or to mark areas restricted to certain traffic flows. Question 15. What action is prohibited by this sign? A. No right turn ahead. B. No left turn ahead. C. No U-turns allowed. D. No turning at all. Answers is A. No right turn ahead. This sign strictly prohibits drivers from making a right turn at the junction or point where the sign is displayed. Drivers must find an alternative route if they intended to turn right. Always comply with such mandatory signs for safety. Question 16. What is the implication of this sign for your driving? A. Overtaking is prohibited. B. Overtaking is allowed. C. Speed limit is 50. D. End of speed limit. Answers is A. Overtaking is prohibited. This no overtaking sign indicates that overtaking other motor vehicles is prohibited from this point onwards until A. End of no overtaking sign or A. New road condition is encountered. This is usually due to poor visibility or other hazards. Question 17. What is the maximum speed permitted from this point? A. 50, B. 30, C. 70, D. 60. Answers is A. 50. This sign indicates a maximum speed limit of 50. Drivers must not exceed this speed. Speed limits are set for safety reasons, considering road conditions, potential hazards, and the environment. Always drive below the limit if conditions demand. Question 18. What must you not do when you see this sign? A. No stopping at any time. B. No parking allowed. C. No waiting permitted. D. No entry for vehicles. Answers is A. No stopping at any time. This no stopping sign means you must not stop your vehicle for any reason, even for a short time to pick up or drop off passengers, unless directed by a police officer or to avoid an accident. It's a stricter restriction than no parking. Question 19. What direction of movement is mandatory at this sign? A. Proceed straight ahead only. B. Turn right only. C. Turn left only. D. Proceed straight or right. Answers is A. Proceed straight ahead only. This mandatory sign indicates that all vehicles must proceed straight ahead only. It is often found at junctions or on one-way streets to direct traffic flow and ensure road safety, preventing turns that could cause collisions. Question 20. What does this sign instruct drivers to do at a junction? A. Proceed straight or turn right. B. Turn right or left only. C. Proceed straight only. D. Turn right only. Answers is A. Proceed straight or turn right. This sign indicates that drivers have two mandatory options, to proceed straight ahead or to turn right. These signs are crucial for directing traffic flow safely at complex junctions, preventing incorrect maneuvers and potential hazards. Question 21. What does this sign mean for road users? A. Roundabout ahead. B. Circular junction ahead. C. Mandatory turning point. D. Traffic island. Answers is A. Roundabout ahead. This sign indicates a roundabout ahead. Drivers should prepare to give way to traffic already on the roundabout, approach with caution, and select the correct lane and signal appropriately based on their intended exit. All traffic goes clockwise. Question 22. What is by this blue circular sign? A. Route for cyclists only. B. Cyclists ahead warning. C. Shared path for cycles. D. No entry for cycles. Answers is A. Route for cyclists only. This sign indicates a mandatory cycle track, meaning it is a route for cyclists. Drivers should be aware that cyclists will be using this route and adjust their driving accordingly, especially when crossing or joining the path. Question 23. What type of road does this sign signify? A. Beginning of a motorway. B. End of a motorway. C. Dual carriageway ahead. D. Motor vehicle only road. Answers is A. Beginning of a motorway. This sign marks the beginning of a motorway. Motorways have specific rules, including higher speed limits unless otherwise stated, restrictions on certain vehicles, e.g., pedestrians, cyclists, slow-moving vehicles, and specific lane usage. Question 24. What does this sign indicate about the road ahead? A. It is a one-way road. B. Road for motor vehicles only. C. End of one-way road. D. No entry ahead. Answers is A. It is a one-way road. This sign indicates that the road ahead is a one-way street. All traffic moves in the same direction. Drivers must not drive against the flow of traffic and should be aware of pedestrians and cyclists who may not expect vehicles. Question 25. What specific facility is by this sign? A. A place for U-turns. B. No U-turns permitted. C. U-turn only for emergency. D. Parking for heavy goods. Answers is A. A place for U-turns. This sign indicates a place or zone where U-turns are permitted. Drivers should only perform U-turns where permitted by signs and road markings, and only when it is safe to do so, ensuring the road is clear in both directions. Question 26. What does this sign indicate for the area you are entering? A. Entry to a residential area. B. End of residential area. C. No through road. D. Pedestrian zone. Answers is A. Entry to a residential area. This sign marks the entry to a residential area or living zone. In such areas, special rules often apply, such as lower speed limits, typically 20, and an increased presence of pedestrians and children. Drive with extra caution. Question 27. What does this sign indicate is ahead on the road? A. Pedestrian crossing ahead. B. School crossing patrol. C. No pedestrians allowed. D. Footpath only. Answers is A. Pedestrian crossing ahead. This sign indicates that a pedestrian crossing is ahead. Drivers should be prepared to slow down and stop if pedestrians are waiting to cross or are already on the crossing. Always give way to pedestrians on a crossing. Question 28. What service is available as by this sign? A. A first aid post. B. A hospital nearby. C. Emergency telephone. D. Breakdown service. Answers is A. A first aid post. This sign indicates the presence of a first aid post, where basic medical assistance can be obtained. It's often found in remote areas, on motorways, or near large event venues to inform drivers of nearby emergency services. Question 29. What does this additional plate indicate when used with another sign? A. Hazard is ahead. B. Speed limit is 300. C. Distance to services is. D. Road length. Answers is A. Hazard is ahead. This plate is an additional information plate that, when displayed below a primary sign, indicates the distance to the hazard or restriction shown on the main sign. In this case, the hazard or restriction is 300 meters straight ahead. Question 30. What does this sign, often seen with no parking, tell you? A. Your vehicle may be towed away. B. Parking enforcement in area. C. Recovery service available. D. Heavy vehicles only. Answers is A. Your vehicle may be towed away. This sign indicates a zone. If you park or stop illegally in an area marked with this sign, your vehicle may be removed by a towing service at your expense. It serves as a strong deterrent against illegal parking. Question 31. What does this sign warn of regarding the road ahead? A. Series of dangerous curves, first right. B. Dangerous curve to the right. C. Winding road ahead. D. Road narrows from right. Answers is A. Series of dangerous curves, first right. This sign warns of a series of dangerous curves, with the first bend being to the right. Drivers should significantly reduce their speed, anticipate multiple direction changes, and be extra vigilant for oncoming traffic or hazards within the bends. Question 32. What should you be aware of when you see this warning sign? A. Embankment or quayside ahead. B. Roadworks ahead. C. Steep descent. D. Risk of falling rocks. Answers is A. Embankment or quayside ahead. This sign warns drivers of an embankment or quayside ahead, indicating a potential drop-off or unfenced edge beside the road, often near water. Drivers should exercise extreme caution, especially in poor visibility, and keep a safe distance from the edge. Question 33. What does this sign mean for the road surface? A. Road hump ahead. B. Uneven road surface. C. In the road. D. Speed bump. Answers is A. Road hump ahead. This sign warns of a road hump ahead. These are raised sections of the road designed to slow traffic. Drivers should reduce their speed before going over a hump to avoid discomfort, damage to their vehicle, or loss of control. Question 34. What is the main reason for checking tire pressures regularly? A. To ensure safe handling and prolong tire life. B. To reduce braking distance in. C. To activate the braking system. D. To improve visibility for other drivers. Answers is A. To ensure safe handling and prolong tire life. Maintaining correct tire pressures is crucial for road safety, vehicle handling, and fuel efficiency. Incorrect pressures can lead to premature tire wear, grip, increased fuel consumption, and affect the vehicle's stability and braking performance. Question 35. When approaching a roundabout, what should you do if you intend to turn right? A. Signal right and approach in the right lane. B. Signal left and use the left lane. C. Signal right but use any clear lane. D. Do not signal until on the roundabout. Answers is A. Signal right and approach in the right lane. When turning right at a roundabout, you should signal right on approach, position your vehicle in the lane or the appropriate lane as by road markings, and continue to signal right until you pass the exit before your intended one. Question 36. What does this sign prohibit for certain vehicles? A. No entry for motor vehicles. B. No entry for goods vehicles. C. No entry for all vehicles. D. End of motor vehicle zone. Answers is A. No entry for motor vehicles. This sign indicates no entry for motor vehicles. It restricts motor vehicles from entering a specific road or area. This might be to create pedestrian zones, allow access only for public transport, or restrict traffic flow in certain residential areas. Question 37. What does this sign signify regarding overtaking? A. No overtaking for goods vehicles. B. No overtaking for all vehicles. C. End of no overtaking for goods vehicles. D. Goods vehicles must use left lane. Answers is A. No overtaking for goods vehicles. This sign specifically prohibits goods vehicles, trucks from overtaking. This restriction is often implemented on roads where overtaking by large vehicles would pose a particular hazard or cause significant traffic congestion, such as steep hills or narrow sections. Question 38. What does this sign mean you are no longer required to do? A. End of maximum speed limit. B. End of all restrictions. C. Start of new speed limit. D. Advisory speed limit. Answers is A. End of maximum speed limit. This sign indicates the end of maximum speed limit. It means the previous speed restriction no longer applies, and the national speed limit for the type of road and vehicle you are driving will now apply, unless another speed limit sign is encountered. Question 39. What is prohibited by this sign? A. No parking is allowed. B. No stopping at any time. C. No waiting. D. Limited parking. Answers is A. No parking is allowed. This no parking sign means you must not park your vehicle. However, you are usually permitted to stop temporarily to pick up or drop off passengers or goods, provided you do not cause an obstruction. It's less strict than no stopping. Question 40. What movement is mandatory at this sign? A. Turn right only. B. Proceed straight. C. Turn left only. D. Turn right or straight. Answers is A. Turn right only. This mandatory sign indicates that all vehicles must turn right only. This is often used at junctions to direct traffic, ensuring a safe and efficient flow. Drivers must obey this instruction to avoid potential collisions and comply with road rules. Question 41. What type of road is ending as by this sign? A. End of the motorway. B. End of a dual carriageway. C. End of a one-way road. D. End of priority road. Answers is A. End of the motorway. This sign indicates the end of motorway. Drivers should be aware that the special rules and conditions of the motorway no longer apply. The speed limit may change, and the road may lead into a primary road or urban area. Adjust your speed and awareness. Question 42. What does this sign indicate about vehicle use on this road? A. Road for motor vehicles only. B. Motorway ahead. C. No entry for motor vehicles. D. Motor vehicle parking. Answers is A. Road for motor vehicles only. This sign indicates a road for motor vehicles only. This means pedestrians, cyclists, horse riders, and certain slow-moving vehicles are prohibited. Such roads are designed for faster, unobstructed motor vehicle traffic, similar to a motorway, but with some differences. Question 43. What service is available when you see this sign? A. Hospital nearby. B. A first aid post. C. Emergency services. D. Doctor on call. Answers is A hospital nearby. This sign indicates that a hospital is nearby. It provides information about the location of medical, which can be crucial in emergency situations. Knowing where hospitals are can save valuable time in an accident. Question 44. What does this plate mean when displayed with a no entry sign? A. Restriction applies both ways. B. Restriction applies straight ahead. C. Restriction applies left. D. Restriction applies right. Answers is A. Restriction applies both ways. This additional information plate, often used with prohibitory signs, indicates that the restriction applies to traffic moving in both directions left and right. For example, a no parking sign with this plate would mean no parking on either side of the road. Question 45. What does this specific sign indicate about priority? A. The direction of the priority road. B. You must give way. C. You have priority ahead. D. A hidden junction ahead. Answers is A, the direction of the priority road. This sign, often used in conjunction with give way or stop signs, shows the layout of a junction and which road is the priority road. The thicker line indicates the route of the priority road, helping drivers understand who has the right of way. Question 46. What should you do if your vehicle starts to aquaplane? A. Ease off the accelerator and do not steer. B. Brake hard and steer into the skid. C. Accelerate to regain grip. D. Turn off the engine immediately. Answers is A. Ease off the accelerator and do not steer. Aquaplaning occurs when a layer of water builds up between your tires and the road surface, causing a loss of grip. If this happens, ease off the accelerator and avoid sudden steering or braking until you feel the tires regain contact with the road. Question 47. What is a box junction designed to prevent? A. Traffic blocking the junction. B. Vehicles turning right at a junction. C. Speeding through busy areas. D. Pedestrians crossing. Answers is A. Traffic blocking the junction. A box junction is marked with yellow lines. You must not enter the box until your exit road or lane is clear. The primary purpose is to prevent traffic from queuing across the junction and blocking the flow of traffic in other directions. Question 48. What is the minimum insurance cover required for driving on public roads in the A. Third-party insurance. B. Fully comprehensive insurance. C. Third-party fire and theft. D. Basic accident cover. Answers is A. Third-party insurance. In the, it is a legal requirement to have at least third-party insurance to drive on public roads. This covers damage or injury you cause to other people, their vehicles or property, but does not cover damage to your own vehicle. Question 49. What does a flashing amber beacon on a vehicle typically indicate? A slow-moving or wide vehicle. B. An emergency services vehicle. C. A vehicle performing an unusual maneuver. D. A vehicle that is broken down. Answers is A slow-moving or wide vehicle. A flashing amber beacon is typically used by vehicles such as recovery vehicles, agricultural vehicles, or wide-load escorts to warn other road users that they are slow-moving, wide, or may be performing unusual maneuvers. Drivers should approach with caution. Question 50. What is the safest way to dry your brakes after driving through deep water? A. Drive slowly and apply light pressure to the brake pedal. B. Drive at high speed to generate heat. C. Stop and wait for them to air dry. D. Pump the brake pedal rapidly. Answers is A. Drive slowly and apply light pressure to the brake pedal. After driving through deep water, your brakes may become less effective due to being wet. To dry them, drive slowly and gently apply light pressure to the brake pedal several times. This friction generates heat, which helps to dry the brake pads and discs. Question 51. What is the purpose of ABS braking system? A. To prevent the wheels from locking up under heavy braking. B. To increase braking power in. C. To reduce the overall braking distance. D. To make steering easier while braking. Answers is A. To prevent the wheels from locking up under heavy braking. The braking system ABS prevents your wheels from locking when you brake heavily or on slippery surfaces. This allows you to maintain steering control while braking, which can help you avoid obstacles and reduce the risk of skidding. Question 52. What should you do if you are involved in an accident and someone is injured? A. Call emergency services and provide first aid if safe. B. Move the injured person to safety immediately. C. Exchange details with other drivers first. D. Leave the scene to get help. Answers is A. Call emergency services and provide first aid if safe. If involved in an accident with your priority is safety, call 999 for emergency services immediately. Provide first aid if you are trained and it is safe to do so. Do not move injured people unless there is further immediate danger. Question 53. What is the recommended safe following distance in good dry conditions? A gap, B, a gap, C, a gap, D, half the length of your car. Answers is A gap. The rule is a guideline for maintaining a safe following distance. In good dry conditions, you should leave at least a gap between your vehicle and the vehicle in front. Increase this to 4 seconds in wet conditions. Question 54. What does a continuous white line in the middle of the road mean? A. You must not cross or straddle it. B. You can cross to overtake if safe. C. It indicates a central turning lane. D. No parking on either side. Answers is A. You must not cross or straddle it. A continuous white line, especially a double continuous white line in the center of the road, means you must not cross or straddle it. This prohibition applies unless you are entering a side road, premises, or if directed by a police officer. Question 55. What is the maximum speed limit for a car towing a caravan on a single carriageway? A. 50 miles per hour, B. 60 miles per hour, C. 70 miles per hour, D. 40 miles per hour. Answers is A. 50 miles per hour. For a car towing a caravan or trailer on a single carriageway road, the maximum speed limit is 50 miles per hour, unless a lower signposted speed limit is in force. On dual carriageways and motorways, the limit is 60. Question 56. What should you do when going downhill for a long period? A. Select a lower gear and use engine braking. B. Apply the foot brake continuously. C. Shift into neutral to save fuel. D. Accelerate to get down faster. Answers is A. Select a lower gear and use engine braking. When driving downhill for a long period, especially on steep gradients, selecting a lower gear allows the engine to provide braking force engine braking. This prevents your vehicle's brakes from overheating and becoming less effective, a phenomenon known as brake fade. Question 57. Why is it important to check your oil and coolant levels regularly? A. To prevent engine damage. B. To improve fuel efficiency. C. To ensure effective braking. D. To keep the car clean. Answers is A. To prevent engine damage. Regular checks of engine oil and coolant levels are essential for the health of your engine. Low oil can cause friction and overheating, leading to severe engine damage, while insufficient coolant can cause the engine to overheat and break down. Question 58. What should you do if your view is obscured by a large vehicle in front? A. Drop back to increase your view of the road ahead. B. Move closer to see around it. C. Flash your headlights for them to speed up. D. Attempt to overtake immediately. Answers is A. Drop back to increase your view of the road ahead. If a large vehicle obscures your view, you should increase your following distance. This gives you a better view of the road ahead and allows more time to react to hazards, traffic changes, or sudden braking by the vehicle in front. Question 59. What is the purpose of controlled parking zones? A. To manage parking demand in busy areas. B. To provide free parking for residents. C. To reduce overall traffic flow. D. To restrict parking entirely. Answers is A. To manage parking demand in busy areas. Controlled parking zones are areas where parking is restricted to residents, permit holders, or paid parking, usually during specific hours. Their main purpose is to manage parking demand, reduce congestion, and improve access for residents and businesses in busy urban areas. Question 60. How can you minimize the environmental impact of your driving? A. Drive smoothly, avoiding rapid acceleration and braking. B. Always drive at the maximum speed limit. C. Keep your engine idling to stay warm. D. Use lower gear at high speeds. Answers is A. Drive smoothly, avoiding rapid acceleration and braking. Smooth driving, which involves gentle acceleration, anticipating traffic, and avoiding harsh braking, significantly reduces fuel consumption and emissions. Regular vehicle maintenance, checking tire pressures, and avoiding unnecessary loads also contribute to driving. Question 61. What specific danger does this sign highlight? A. Or bad road surface. B. Uneven road ahead. C. Road hump. D. Speed bumps. Answers is A. Or bad road surface. This sign warns drivers of potholes or a generally bad road surface ahead. Drivers should reduce their speed and be alert for uneven surfaces, which can cause damage to tires and suspension or lead to loss of control, especially on motorcycles. Question 62. What does this sign mean regarding weather conditions? A. Danger of strong side winds. B. Strong crosswinds. C. Slippery road. D. Road susceptible to flooding. Answers is A. Danger of strong side winds. This sign warns drivers of strong side winds or crosswinds. These can significantly affect vehicle stability, especially for vehicles, motorcyclists, and vehicles towing trailers. Drivers should grip the steering wheel firmly and be prepared to correct their steering. Question 63. What does this sign warn about related to other road users? A. Children playing or crossing ahead. B. School zone ahead. C. Pedestrian crossing. D. Playground area. Answers is A. Children playing or crossing ahead. This sign warns of children, often found near schools, playgrounds, or residential areas. Drivers should significantly reduce their speed, be extremely vigilant, and prepare to stop, as children can be unpredictable and may run into the road without looking. Question 64. What does this sign mean regarding an accident risk? A. An area prone to accidents. B. Roadworks ahead. C. Emergency services ahead. D. Traffic congestion. Answers is A. An area prone to accidents. This sign indicates another danger or an accident-prone area. It warns drivers that there is a specific or unusual hazard not covered by other signs, or an area with a history of frequent accidents. Exercise extra caution and vigilance. Question 65. What mandatory direction does this sign instruct? A. Turn left only. B. Proceed straight. C. Turn right only. D. Turn left or straight. Answers is A. Turn left only. This mandatory sign indicates that all vehicles must turn left only. This ensures traffic flows as intended at junctions, preventing drivers from making illegal or unsafe maneuvers that could disrupt traffic or lead to collisions. Question 66. What does this sign indicate for pedestrians? A. Route for pedestrians only. B. Pedestrian crossing ahead. C. Shared path for pedestrians. D. No pedestrians allowed. Answers is A. Route for pedestrians only. This sign indicates a mandatory pedestrian track or footpath, meaning it is a route exclusively for pedestrians. Drivers should be aware of pedestrians using this route and anticipate their presence, especially when joining or crossing the path. Question 67. What facility does this sign typically indicate? A. Parking place ahead. B. No parking zone. C. Parking for certain vehicles. D. Restricted parking. Answers is A. Parking place ahead. This sign indicates a parking place or area ahead. It informs drivers where they can legally park their vehicles. Often, additional plates might accompany it to specify conditions, such as pay and display, resident permit holders only, or time limits. Question 68. What should you do if you encounter a horse rider on the road? A. Slow down and pass wide and slowly. B. Honk your horn to warn them. C. Accelerate to pass quickly. D. Maintain normal speed and distance. Answers is A. Slow down and pass wide and slowly. Horse riders are vulnerable road users. When approaching them, reduce your speed significantly and pass wide and slowly. Do not rev your engine or sound your horn, as this could startle the horse. Be prepared to stop if the horse becomes agitated. Question 69. When driving in fog, which lights should you use? A. Front fog lights and dipped headlights. B. Full beam headlights only. C. Side lights only. D. Hazard lights only. Answers is A. Front fog lights and dipped headlights. In fog, you should use dipped headlights. If visibility is seriously generally less than 100 meters, you may also use your front and rear fog lights. Never use full beam headlights in fog, as the light will reflect back and reduce visibility further. Question 70. What does a green light at a pelican crossing indicate? A. You may proceed if the crossing is clear. B. Pedestrians must now cross. C. The crossing is about to turn red. D. You must stop for pedestrians. Answers is A. You may proceed if the crossing is clear. At a pelican crossing, a green light means you can proceed, but only if the crossing is clear of pedestrians. Always be prepared for a pedestrian to start crossing, especially if the light has just changed or if there are elderly or less mobile people. Question 71. What does it mean if a warning light on your dashboard comes on while driving? A. There is a fault that needs checking. B. It's an advisory reminder for maintenance. C. You have exceeded the speed limit. D. The car system is updating. Answers is A. There is a fault that needs checking. A warning light on your dashboard indicates a potential fault or issue with your vehicle system. Depending on the color and symbol, it could range from a minor issue, e.g., low tire pressure, to a serious problem, e.g., engine fault, requiring immediate attention. Question 72. What should you do if you spill fuel on the road when filling up? A. Ask for sand to cover it or report it to staff. B. Drive away quickly to avoid a fine. C. Ignore it as it will evaporate. D. Use water to wash it away. Answers is A. Ask for sand to cover it or report it to staff. Spilled fuel creates a very slippery and hazardous surface for other road users, especially motorcyclists. You should immediately report the spill to the petrol station staff, who can then take appropriate action, such as covering it with sand or absorbent material. Question 73. What is the main hazard of leaving your car idling unnecessarily? A. It wastes fuel and increases pollution. B. It cools the engine too much. C. It causes the battery to overcharge. D. It wears out the tires faster. Answers is A. It wastes fuel and increases pollution. Leaving your engine idling, particularly in stationary traffic, wastes fuel, increases exhaust emissions which contribute to air pollution, and adds unnecessary wear and tear to your engine. It's often more efficient to switch off the engine if you anticipate a long stop. Question 74. What should you do if you hear an emergency vehicle siren behind you? A. Pull over safely when you can do so. B. Continue driving until you reach a junction. C. Speed up to get out of its way. D. Stop immediately in your lane. Answers is A. Pull over safely when you can do so. If an emergency vehicle is approaching with flashing lights or sirens, you should pull over to the side of the road and stop as soon as it is safe to do so, allowing them to pass. Do not endanger yourself or others by making sudden or dangerous maneuvers. Question 75. How often should you check your vehicle's brakes, steering, and tires? A. Regularly and before every long journey. B. Only once a year during service. C. Only when a warning light appears. D. Once a month is sufficient. Answers is A. Regularly and before every long journey. Crucial components like brakes, steering, and tires should be checked regularly, not just during annual servicing. It's particularly important to inspect them before any long journey to ensure they are in good working order for your safety and the safety of others. Question 76. What should you consider when planning a long journey? A. Taking regular breaks to avoid fatigue. B. Driving continuously to save time. C. Consuming caffeine to stay alert. D. Avoiding all food and drink. Answers is A. Taking regular breaks to avoid fatigue. Fatigue is a major cause of road accidents. When planning a long journey, it's essential to schedule regular breaks at least every 2 hours for minutes to rest, stretch, and refresh yourself. Ensure you are before starting the journey. Question 77. What is the purpose of rumble strips on the road? A. To alert drivers to hazards or changes in road layout. B. To reduce vehicle speed significantly. C. To provide drainage for surface water. D. To mark parking bay. Answers is A. To alert drivers to hazards or changes in road layout. Rumble strips are textured markings or raised patterns on the road surface, designed to create noise and vibration when driven over. They serve to alert inattentive drivers to potential hazards, upcoming junctions, or changes in the road layout, enhancing safety. Question 78. What should you do if you are dazzled by the headlights of an oncoming vehicle? A. Slow down, look away from lights and stop if necessary. B. Flash your full beam at them. C. Speed up to pass them quickly. D. Close your eyes briefly. Answers is A. Slow down, look away from lights and stop if necessary. If dazzled by oncoming headlights, reduce your speed immediately. Avoid looking directly at the lights instead. Focus on the edge of the road or the white line. Be prepared to stop if your vision is severely impaired for everyone's safety. Question 79. What is the correct procedure for checking your brake fluid level? A. Check against the high and low markings on reservoir. B. Ensure it is topped up to the very top of the reservoir. C. check it only when the brakes feel soft. D. It does not require regular checks. Answers is A. Check against the high and low markings on reservoir. To check brake fluid, locate the reservoir under the bonnet and ensure the fluid level is between the min and max markings. Low fluid can indicate worn brake pads or a leak, both requiring professional inspection. Never overfill or use incorrect fluid. Question 80. What should you do if your sat-nav instructs you to turn where it is unsafe? A. Prioritize road safety and disregard unsafe instructions. B. Follow the sat-nav instructions regardless. C. Pull over immediately to reset the sat-nav. D. Accelerate to quickly make the turn. Answers is A. Prioritize road safety and disregard unsafe instructions. Always prioritize road safety over sat-nav instructions. If a sat-nav directs you into a dangerous situation, such as turning across a solid white line or into oncoming traffic, ignore the instruction and find a safe alternative route. Your judgment is paramount. Question 81. What is the potential danger of driving with tires? A. Grip and increased fuel consumption. B. Improved braking performance. C. Wear on tire treads. D. Steering response. Answers is A. Grip and increased fuel consumption. Tires reduce your vehicle's grip on the road, compromising handling and increasing the risk of skidding, especially in wet conditions. They also lead to increased fuel consumption due to higher rolling resistance and accelerate tire wear on the outer edges. Question 82. What is the main purpose of the mirror signal maneuver routine? A. To ensure safety before changing direction or speed. B. To check vehicle instruments periodically. C. To communicate intentions to pedestrians only. D. To practice quick. Answers is A. To ensure safety before changing direction or speed. The mirror signal maneuver routine is a fundamental part of safe driving. It ensures that before you change direction or speed maneuver, you first check your mirrors for other road users and then signal your intentions, allowing others to anticipate your actions. Question 83. When can you overtake on the left on a dual carriageway? A. If traffic in the right lane is queuing. B. Always if the left lane is clear. C. Only if directed by police. D. Never overtake on the left. Answers is A. If traffic in the right lane is queuing. Overtaking on the left is generally discouraged. However, it is permissible on dual carriageways or motorways in slow-moving or queuing traffic if the lane is moving faster than the lane and you are remaining in your lane. Question 84. What does this warning sign tell you about the upcoming junction? A junction with a minor road ahead. B. A crossroads ahead. C. A major road ahead. D. A roundabout ahead. Answers is A junction with a minor road ahead. This sign warns drivers of a junction with a minor road ahead, typically where you have priority over traffic from the minor road. However, you should still approach with caution, scan for potential hazards, and be prepared for unexpected from the minor road. Question 85. What does this warning sign indicate regarding vulnerable road users? A. Cyclists may be entering or crossing the road. B. Cycle lane ahead. C. No cycling allowed. D. Cycle track ahead. Answers is A. Cyclists may be entering or crossing the road. This sign warns drivers to be aware of cyclists who may be entering or crossing the road. It is often found near cycle routes, parks, or residential areas. Drivers should reduce speed and be prepared for cyclists, who can be less visible than larger vehicles. Question 86. What does this sign mean for upcoming road conditions? A. Road works ahead. B. Uneven road surface. C. Hazard ahead. D. Temporary speed limit. Answers is A. Road works ahead. This sign indicates road works ahead. Drivers should reduce speed, be alert for workers, temporary traffic management, narrowed lanes or uneven surfaces, adhere to any temporary speed limits and follow diversions for safety. Question 87. What does this sign compel you to do? A. Stop before the line and give way. B. Give way without stopping. C. Proceed with extreme caution. D. Only stop if traffic is coming. Answers is A. Stop before the line and give way. The stop sign means you must come to a complete halt before the stop line, or as close as possible to it if there is no line. You must then give way to all traffic on the major road before proceeding safely. This is a legally enforceable stop. Question 88. What does this sign mean for priority in a narrow section? A. Oncoming traffic has priority. B. You have priority over oncoming. C. Road narrows ahead. D. Two-way traffic ahead. Answers is A. Oncoming traffic has priority. This priority over oncoming traffic is sign means that you must give way to any oncoming traffic in a narrow section of road or bridge. You should wait until the road is clear before proceeding, as oncoming vehicles have the right of way. Question 89. What action is prohibited by this sign? A. No left turn ahead. B. No right turn ahead. C. No U-turns allowed. D. No turning at all. Answers is A. No left turn ahead. This sign strictly prohibits drivers from making a left turn at the junction or point where the sign is displayed. Drivers must find an alternative route if they intended to turn left. Always comply with such mandatory signs for safety. Question 90. What action is prohibited by this sign? A. No U-turns are permitted. B. No right turn ahead. C. No left turn ahead. D. No entry for vehicles. Answers is A. No U-turns are permitted. This sign indicates that no U-turns are permitted at this location. U-turns can be dangerous and disruptive to traffic flow, especially in busy areas or where visibility is limited. Always look for alternative routes or turning points. Question 91. What does this sign mean you are no longer restricted from doing? A. End of no overtaking restriction. B. Overtaking is now prohibited. C. End of speed limit. D. Lane ends ahead. Answers is A. End of no overtaking restriction. This end of no overtaking restriction sign indicates that the previous prohibition on overtaking has now ended. Drivers can resume overtaking when it is safe, legal, and clear to do so, adhering to all other road rules and conditions. Question 92. What does this sign indicate for public transport? A. Road with a lane for public transport. B. Bus stop ahead. C. Public transport only lane. D. No entry for private cars. Answers is A. Road with a lane for public transport. This sign indicates a road where there is a dedicated lane for public transport vehicles, buses, trams. Private vehicles are generally prohibited from using this lane, especially during operational hours, to ensure smooth flow for public transport. Question 93. What does this sign indicate about the area? A. Exit from a residential area. B. Entry to a residential area. C. End of restricted zone. D. No parking zone. Answers is A. Exit from a residential area. This sign marks the end of a residential area or living zone. The special rules e.g. lower speed limits that applied within the residential area no longer apply, and normal road rules and speed limits resume. Maintain awareness for remaining hazards. Question 94. What service is represented by this sign? A. Tire service available. B. Breakdown recovery point. C. Petrol station ahead. D. Vehicle maintenance. Answers is A. Tire service available. This sign indicates that a tire service or tire fitting facility is available. This information is useful for drivers who experience a flat tire or need tire repairs or replacements, especially on long journeys or in less areas. Question 95. What does this sign indicate about the priority of the road? A. The priority road ends ahead. B. You are joining a priority road. C. Give way ahead. D. Main road ahead. Answers is A. The priority road ends ahead. This sign indicates the end of priority road. This means that your priority over traffic from side roads is ending. You may need to give way at upcoming junctions or intersections, so be prepared to adjust your speed and look for new priority signs. Question 96. What does this sign prohibit drivers from doing with their horn? A. Do not sound your horn. B. Sound horn only in emergency. C. Use horn to warn pedestrians. D. Test your horn regularly. Answers is A. Do not sound your horn. This sign means no sounding of horn. It is typically found in quiet areas like near hospitals, residential areas, or during specific hours. Drivers must refrain from using their horn unless it's to warn of immediate danger. Question 97. What information does this sign provide about the road ahead? A. A steep downhill gradient. B. A steep uphill gradient. C. Uneven road surface. D. Road closed due to slope. Answers is A. A steep downhill gradient. This sign indicates a steep descent or downhill gradient. Drivers should select a lower gear to use engine braking, reducing the need for continuous foot braking and preventing brake fade. Be extra cautious, especially with heavy loads or in wet conditions. Question 98. What are the allowed movements at this sign? A. Proceed straight or turn left. B. Proceed straight only. C. Turn left only. D. Turn right or left. Answers is A. Proceed straight or turn left. This sign indicates that drivers have two mandatory options, to proceed straight ahead or to turn left. These signs are crucial for directing traffic flow safely at complex junctions, preventing incorrect maneuvers and potential hazards. Question 99. What service point does this sign identify? A. Public telephone available. B. Emergency services contact. C. Breakdown assistance. D. Information point. Answers is A. Public telephone available. This sign indicates a public telephone, usually a roadside emergency phone or a public. In modern times, these are less common due to mobile phones, but they can still be found, particularly on motorways or in remote areas for. Question 100. What does this specific warning sign indicate about the road surface ahead? A. Loose chippings on the road. B. Slippery road. C. Uneven road ahead. D. Road works ahead. answers is A, loose chippings on the road. This sign warns of loose chippings or gravel on the road surface. Drivers should reduce speed, increase following distance to avoid stone damage, and be careful with steering and braking, as the surface provides less grip than asphalt, increasing skidding risk.